Hey guys, TheSmileBC here, back with the last part of this mini-series, and today we'll be having a look at the areas of influence surrounding Gondor to see if there are any optimal farming locations for alignment. We've already covered Eriador and Rhovanion, so if you missed those two videos, be sure to have a look at them as well. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Gondor, the region that is, does not have a lot of good aligned factions in the area, so generally speaking there's not a lot of optimization you can do that will benefit more than two factions at a time. I found two spots, however, where if you want to optimize your alignment gain, you can at least benefit a bit more than normal. One is for Rohan and Fangorn, around the Fangorn borders, but especially in the Uruk Highlands, and the other one is for Rohan and Gondor, which covers most of the Eastfold and bits of the Eastern Net. However, it should be noted that the Uruk High mobs are stronger enemies to fight, and you should be careful facing them alone without the proper gear. And honestly, that's about it. I generally would recommend focusing on the easier fight and fighting the Dunlendings for Rohan alignment and regular Orcs or Haradrim for Gondor, but the Uruk-hai have the best bang for your buck if you wish to gain alignment with both in one go. Now, for the evil side, there are a lot more interesting areas you will want to pick a fight, despite the fact that Gondor and Rohan have strong mobs as well. Once again, the Gap of Rohan is a favourable spot to farm alignment at, stretching from Helm's Deep up into Fangorn. In this area you can farm full alignment for Isengard, Dunland and Mordor at once. There's also a tiny corner in Fangorn where you can include a bit of the Gundabad alignment, but I would generally advise against it since your gain would be minimal. This once again means that the Uruk Highlands are an overlapping area for both evil and good, and on any multiplayer server you can expect the most conquest in this area. Then moving on to the second golden spot, which holds 4 evil faction areas. The area just north of the Ithilien Hills near the crossing of Poros. In this little area you can gain full alignment with Mordor, Rudel, Nir-Harad and even the Half-Trolls. The downside to the spot is that Ithilien Rangers are quite an annoying fight in groups and will likely cause you more frustration than benefit. Alternatively, you could go to Lebanon and a bit of Pelagia if you don't care that much about the Half-Troll alignment and farm the Leviman and Marinas there for an easier time. The little Lossarnak Peninsula is also an option for the minimal half-troll alignment, but at that point it's almost dismissible as a viable spot. And honestly, that's it for the Gondor region. I didn't include the Morwaith and the Torithrim because they frankly don't have ideal spots to farm alignment at, or they don't reach Gondor at all. There is this one jungle area between Non-Hanagoroth and Lakin Pa for the Morwaith and Half-Trolls, but since the Half-Trolls have only a small cut into the Faravad jungle, it's almost automatically covered if you go there with the area of influence in mind. Curiously enough, it has come to my attention that every region had its own balance. Eriador is in favor of good, Gondor is in favor of evil, and Rhovanion is a very even match between overlapping areas, leading to singular conflict zones. One would think Tolkien thought about this and represented how Eriador was still safe and protected, whereas Gondor was losing their allies and are now fighting evil off on its own. A neat little representation of the brilliant world building with which this whole thing started. Now, I hope you appreciated this mini-series. I plan on doing more videos like this in the future, and hopefully you learned something from these videos to use when you're playing the mod. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.